What's up, everybody? It's Jeffrey Lyles welcoming you to another installment of Lyles Figure Files. We had another Yojo June live stream today. Had a couple of big announcements and one really big disturbing trend. Let's break it all down. As far as the announcements, Emily and Lenny have been revealing more members of the 2023 lineup all June. So we've got CoverGirl, Torpedo, Rock and Roll, Shipwreck, big major top tier Joes. And today we got another pair of very essential Joes to me, Snow Job and Tunnel Rat. Snow Job is another member of the 1983 crew with CoverGirl, with Torpedo. We got the retro Gung Ho coming up, so that's another big big need crossed off. Snow Job is, of course, the original Snow Joe, and for me, he was so much fun to take out whenever we got snow in my area and just take him out with the poles, the skis, the blaster, and just zap away at all my Cobra Troopers. And I cannot wait to see what they do with him. Lenny said that he's going to be fully geared up and ready for snow battles. That's great. One thing I do hope that they implement with Snow Job is give him two portraits. One with a fully sculpted on hood. We've seen what they've done with Storm Shadow, giving him that kind of slightly oversized hood. Kamakura has it as well. But for Snow Job, I just want to see it firmly sculpted on his head so it can turn with him and not kind of have that weird thing where it's kind of bunching up and moving along and you can kind of turn the head and the hood is still one direction. I don't want that. I just want it all sculpted in one place. And then I want a second portrait because Snow Job was a guy in the comics, in the cartoon, that frequently didn't always dress like he was going out in the snow. So let's have it where the hood is down, the goggles are off, we can just see his hair and a straight face with nothing obstructing it, no obstacles or anything like that. Because in the comic books, he's featured in a lot of issues where he just wasn't in anywhere near snow. So there was that issue 40 when they were attacking Cobra Island. He was manning the turret. That's a cool look for him. And then issue 61 when he, Stalker, Quick Kick, and Outback traveled and got caught. And they were the prisoners of war. That was a really cool one. And not so much to see those Joes get beat up or whatever, but Snow Job was involved in that as well. So definitely want to see him with both portraits. The goggles up, the hood up, fully sculpted. Don't need any parts coming off and on. Just have it all in one piece. And then another portrait with the hair showing, eyes and face clear. So Snow Job is definitely a big one for me. He gives us another one of that 1983 lineup. And we still need Ace. We still need Wild Bill, Tripwire, Doc, and Airborne. Great lineup of characters. So definitely hoping to see more of them. Maybe in the next 2 weeks of June. There's still a couple weeks left. 4 more figures still to be announced from the JoJo team in these live streams. Next up was Tunnel Rat. And like Snow Job, he fills in another member of another big wave, the 1987 series. We've also had another announcement on that end. Lieutenant Falcon. We've seen Outback in his classic colors. Tunnel Rat provides another member of that roster. I gotta assume with 2 more weeks left, we're gonna see Jinx, or hear Jinx is gonna be coming at some point. Maybe Law and Order, maybe Big Lob. Chuckles, more of the rawhides, get them out so we can have them all together. But Tunnel Rat should be a cool figure. Hopefully he comes with that super massive backpack with the lights so he can see his way through the tunnels, the big machine gun, and a great head sculpt. Alright, so those are the good announcements. I was really excited about those, and that's the thing about these announcements. There's not too many Joes, not too many Cobras that I'm going to be like, I don't care about that guy or that girl. This set, as far as the classified series line goes, it's still so wide open that every announcement is going to be, yes, I really wanted that character. So yeah, 2 more to add to the pile. Then we got some prototype finished diorama shots of Kamakura and the Cobra Ninja. And these were kind of weird because they went up for pre-order on Hasbro Pulse earlier than the live stream, which was kind of weird, and then promptly sold out. So before the live stream even started, these figures are sold out on Hasbro Pulse. They're still available on Amazon, but yeah, it was kind of a weird snafu, big goof, because they normally have them coming out after. And this 2 o'clock live stream was much later than the typical 11 o'clock, so maybe it was just synced up to go and their wires got crossed. Anyway, the Cobra Ninjas look really cool. I think they're a nice alternate take on the Red Ninja that we already got. Although I still would have preferred to just get another 2-pack of Red Ninjas using that movie figure mold and the Cobra Ninja that we've already gotten so far. Because I didn't see a bunch of those in stores. I don't know if you guys saw them, but the Cobra Ninjas were not very plentiful. And they're not figures that are rarely stocked at retail price online. So it's kind of like that window pass. But I still wanted to build up a decent army to fight Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow after his face turn. But the Cobra Ninjas are linked up more to be more in sync with Cobra Commander and his Cobra Blue. But I think in terms of how they put these guys out, they look really good. They gave them a ton of accessories, including alternate portraits, which adds to the, all right, cool, I can buy 4 and I'll have 4 different looks for these guys. That's cool. I really wish they'd done that for the Red Ninjas though, because I would have bought probably 2 or 3, because it's such a great idea. You have your regular default mask ninjas, and then you give them these other masks that just shows out and makes them look cooler. Maybe they would be the leaders of your Cobra Ninja squad. But anyway, they look good. I think those are nice for people who just want a colorful rainbow of ninjas. So that's cool. Kamakura, though, is problematic. There was some serious sticker shock when I saw how much Kamakura was. It's $33.99. And he's an Amazon exclusive / Pulse, just like the Cobra Ninjas. So the kind of excuses that box art, which I don't think looks great. I think if they're going to do this whole enclosed box thing, and they were really selling like, this is so great. It's not. It doesn't look great. I don't think the art really sold Kamakura as a cool looking figure. Of course, with an Amazon exclusive, it's not like we're seeing him on the shelf anyway. And he's definitely a figure you're going to want to open. But for every MOC collector, I think this is the peace out point of the line where, unless the box art's amazing, and I don't even know if the box art could really sell men on card collectors on continuing with these lines if they're not opening the figures. And that's like a really weird oversight to me, not to have some sort of way for collectors who display their figures and don't open them. And it's just weird. And I really don't like the art. It looks kind of goofy, a little bit cartoonish. Kamakura is kind of a fringe character because he was more associated with the Devil's Due Image run of G.I. Joe. And those stories, I went back through, read all of them. Pretty good stories. Kamakura was a really featured player in that. So if you like that run, he's kind of essential. But that $33.99 price point is really terrible. I went to Target the other day and I saw the Masters of the Universe Revelation Masterverse Beastman, the deluxe version. And this guy is huge. He's got like the big cloak. He's got the crown from a beast. He's wearing that. He looks massive. He's got a lot of accessories. That figure is $32.99. Just looking at what Kamakura gives you versus the Beastman, it's like, come on, guys, what are we doing here? There's nothing different or unique with Kamakura. He doesn't really have any unique accessories. Maybe he's got a few more sculpted parts, but there's nothing here that screams, yeah, this figure should be $33.99. We've seen, the Cobra Ninjas are only $11 more than him. And for that price, you get 2 figures, you get tons of options, tons of weapons, and you really could army build them for that price. But Kamakura, he's one figure. He comes with swords, he comes with Uzis, and that's cool, but there's nothing that's like, oh, that's great. He has an alternate portrait, but this guy is not worth $24.99, the new price point of Joe's. He's not worth $22.99. He is a solid $19.99 figure, and that would have been no problem. I would have bought him right away. But for $33.99, he's a hard no. And hopefully wait until Prime Day or Black Friday sales where it's like, hey, everything must go. And it's a shame because I wanted Kamakura. I was really excited to see them dipping into that Devil's Due era of G.I. Joe. But for this price point, he's totally not someone I'm jumping onto. And I think it's a really bad value because it's the same figure as figures that were $19.99 2 years ago. That Beastman that Mattel's putting out is a real deluxe figure. You see that with the whole Masterverse line. Like, they have the alternate Revelation style outfits, and then you can just put them on top of the basic classic look. That's a really cool implementation of that idea. So you're basically getting 2-in-1 with those figures. And you're paying $29.99. Beastman is $32.99, and that's a little uptick. But You know those figures are going to go on sale because they don't ever stay that price for long. Target has good sales. They go on clearance, what have you. But Kamakura is just a really basic classified series figure. We've seen Hasbro tick these prices up on deluxe figures. That Dr. Mindbender figure that hasn't actually been solicited is $41.99. The Zartan, the Hasbro Pulse exclusive, was like $32, $33. That was still a little bit much for extra bow and arrow, some mask, but it also had that color change. So you look at that figure and it's like, okay, I see the deluxe here. This is a deluxe presentation. The box is cool. You got that wheel where you can spin it around. That's kind of cool. I'll give a couple dollars for something like that. The Dr. Mindbender is $41.99, but he doesn't have a cool animal sidekick like Crocmaster or Snake Eyes, both of which are $41.99. Dr. Mindbender has some vials, and I guess you could say that's a little bit more than what a typical Joe would have, but it's not quite the full deluxe package presentation to justify that uptick in price. Kamakura is definitely the same way, where it's, nah, dude, that's you're not bringing enough to warrant this price point. And I think, okay, maybe that's the Amazon exclusive price. And if that's the case, I hope they stick to just Devil's Due characters. Don't do anything else. Do the Alexandra Destro version, who's his son, Armada, those characters, but do not do a classic original 13 Joe as an Amazon exclusive anymore. Don't do anyone from 1982 to 1987 or 89 even. Just stick to clear, do those fringe characters, because it's not going to be worth it anymore. But of course, that's not going to be how it's going to stay. It's not going to be those, hey, here's Echo Marine or the Mega Marine or Echo Force Flint. It's going to be cool characters that we really want as Amazon exclusives. And $33.99 is the starting price now. That's not good. And I'm really worried that for important characters, we're going to start to see them shift over to that Amazon exclusive. I think Target's a little bit safer bet because they don't tend to jack up prices. They're still charging $22.99 for Marvel Legends for the most part. But this is not a good trend because classified series has not really been going that long to see such a drastic price increase. Start off as $19.99. You can get exclusives like that Arctic Storm Shadow for the same price as a retail figure. Roadblock, same thing. Escalating Kamakura up to $33.99 is not ideal under any circumstance, especially when there's no extra benefit to getting this figure. There's no incentive. There's no, hey, this is another add-on for him. Here is Cobra Fuzzy, a smaller version that hasn't been mutated yet. That would have been something that's like, okay, that doesn't tie in at all, but at least here's something to justify that extra price. So that's what I'm saying. I'm just a little worried that if G.I. Joe is going to $33.99, much like any line, I don't think that's a sustainable price point for any 6-inch retail line. Now, if you're talking about a Mafex or some import series, it's like, all right, we're paying $50 because we can't find it at Target or Amazon. But once you start creeping into $35, $40 territory, you need... I'll excuse that for Super 7 because they're a smaller company, not so much for Hasbro. And again, in that video I posted a few episodes back, Hasbro is still seeing a super major profit. They didn't have a drop in their sales. They were really dramatically going up the last few years, like double digits. So it's not like their price point is suffering. And there's always going to be people who go, well, if you don't like it, don't buy it. But that's not the point. We want these lines to continue. And if enough collectors decide $35 after tax for one figure is too much, they're going to stop buying it. And it's not going to be Hasbro going, oh, no, we charge too much for these figures. It's going to be, oh, I guess people don't like Hasbro's G.I. Joe Classified series anymore. Let's go do something else. And that's the problem. Because the real direct correlation should be, we price these figures too high. Let's take Kamakura back down. Let's put him to $24.99, the respectable price point. I don't know why he's so much from the figures that are $24.99. Like, there's no way I'm paying $24.99 for Tomax and Zaymot and deciding Kamakura is so special I need to pay $33.99 for him. Not happening. I'm really concerned. I hope this isn't the trend. I hope this is just a one-time goof and they realized that was way too ridiculous a price point for these 6-inch classified series figures. Let's not do that anymore. Let's bring it back down to more of our baseline price point. $30 is not where they need to go, especially without any cool stuff. So that's the trend. I really want Hasbro to crank out these figures faster. Let's get 10 figures per wave, because I'd rather pay $24.99 for these figures than $35 3 years from now to still get key characters that I want, like Alpine, Bazooka, Quick Kick, Doc, etc. You know, I don't want to pay that price. I'd rather pay $24. I'd rather pay $20, but that's what it is. All right, so let me know what you guys think. If this is a ridiculous price point, are you out on G.I. Joe, or are you just out on Kamakura because he's not that important to you anyway? Because I feel like a lot of these fringe purchases, like a Kamakura, like a, you know, like those renegade characters from the G.I. Joe cartoon that they try to push out now, they're going to be the ones that suffer. I think every collector who's into G.I. Joe is going to be like, all right, 82, 86, 87, 88, 89. That's where I'm sticking. And I'm not buying anything else past that. Kamakura is definitely past that point. And I think the sales in this are going to reflect that. So we'll see. But let me know what you think. Are you down to collect these figures as they creep to $35? Or are you out and going to do something else with your money? Thanks as always for watching. This episode of Lost Figure Files has been filed.